mm.
All right, I'm going to give him a rough idea of the film. You got two characters, Dumb and Dumber, right? One of them is a limo driver. He has a love interest.
Mm-hmm.
He finds out she's going to Aspen, follows her there. Actually follows her to Aspen. And as you can see, it's a very funny premise.
Every time. I just lose it. It's such a, the concept alone. It's just amazing. Two dum-dums get together. Go on a trip. Somebody kill me!
You hear a scream. Now, you could be
Yeah,
described...
well, watch this.
You could be described as a physical comedian, right?
Not at all.
Why not?
Characters a lot.
There's a dream sequence where you that doesn't give that much away. It's just a dream sequence. I don't say why. I don't say about the thing hitting you in the head.
Hold on a second. Yeah, man, you should see it. It's fantastic. I take these guys on, right? These whole, like, these ninjas and stuff come out. I rip the guy's heart out, right? I show it to him, put it in a doggy bag. It's incredible! Oh, man, I wish they could see it.
And I'm guessing in the sequel that Lloyd and Mary, they tie the knot. That's my guess. Because, of course, then it would be Merry Christmas. Is there any truth to that?
Dumb and Dumber was Jim's third film released in 1994 and his biggest hit, grossing almost $120 million at the box office. It co-starred Jeff Daniels and Lauren Holly, soon to become Jim's girlfriend. Jim had recently become divorced from his wife of 8 years, Melissa.
You see, there's all kinds of animals in there that can eat you.
It was while at Cannes promoting The Mask that Jim Carrey got a phone call from his agent. Director Joel Schumacher wanted the comedian to co-star as the Riddler in Batman Forever.
The Mask is the guy that's, you know, full of joy and the winner character, you know. But he's up to something. This character is just, you know, he's hateful, you know, pretty hateful guy. But at the same time, he's fascinated with every aspect of his own thought process. There's a certain energy that just comes with playing the Riddler that is the Riddler. You know, I mean, that's the cartoon comic book Riddler, is the kinetic, wild, you know, fast energy kind of thing.
Most of his scenes would be played opposite Academy Award winner Tommy Lee Jones, who was then co-starring in the baseball biography Cobb.
I came to this movie because I'm a lot like Ty Cobb. I swing a big stick, if you know what I mean. Working with Tommy Lee Jones, kind of like training a German Shepherd for the police. You know, you just put the pad on your arm and you go, ha!
Batman Forever collected more than $150 million within its first month of release and was well on its way to becoming one of the biggest hits of 1995. Its success confirmed Jim's status as one of the movie industry's most bankable names.
Jim Carrey, Riddler, Edward Nygma. Did you get to keep the costume? Why, surely.
But the year would not end without another Carrey film making it to the theaters. When we come back, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective returns.
God, it's happening, it's happening!
Where are we looking?
Ace is the opportunity for me to have every, like, ego fantasy fulfilled, you know what I mean? It's just, you meet the girl, you bed the girl, you do the, you know, that kind of thing. It's just, you know, you beat up the bad guys, you do, you know. That's, to me, what's so popular about, like, guys like Steven Seagal and people like that. It's just people sit there and go, yeah! You know, they wish they could do that, you know. And Ace is the guy with the answers.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Mondale. Welcome back to Jim Carrey Uncut. Now, after making Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, Jim went on to make 3 huge blockbuster movies, then returned to the crazy character that made him a star.
This is a voodoo doll. This is Ace Ventura.
She doesn't have to if she would like to, that's fine. But she doesn't have to be that.
This is how the director maintains control of the set.
Watch this.
Okay.
Make him stop! Make him stop!
Okay. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, is directed by Steve Odekirk, a fellow comedian Jim met at the Comedy Store when they were both struggling stand-ups.
There's so many people here today that have done so much for me. It really is an amazing thing, and I could never thank them all. Everybody's been so encouraging to me. You know, I'm without words because I think the best things in life are undescribable.
Shortly before Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls sprang into theaters, fans lined the blocks to watch Jim press his hands into cement in front of Mann's Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
I feel too lucky, too lucky. I'm due for a big fall.
E! covered the premiere of When Nature Calls live when Jim unleashed his latest creation.
What's your next project and when?
Cable guy. Cable guy. I get to be the guy who drives someone crazy. Something new.
Jim Carrey's future in show business couldn't be more unpredictable. So far, his career has been marked by twists and turns that surprise even him. We leave you now with a final word from Jim Carrey, Uncut.
I think just, you know, the closer I get to just being me, you know, just kind of like just hanging out is like where I like to be. I go out in these tangents and these wild places because it's like therapy to me, you know? I often think, you know, especially when I was doing stand-up, I would stop in the middle of my act sometimes and I'd go, how do you people stay healthy, you know? Because I can get up here and scream and yell and be a total idiot child, you know, and I can completely vent that way, you know, but how does the audience do it? And I guess they do it through people like me or something, or people, you know, who act insane or whatever. But, you know, it's for the most part, you're stuck in a world, in a suit, in a whatever, you know, and you know, I would die if I couldn't do this kind of stuff. I mean, I've done it before. I've gone without, you know, when I didn't have a job or whatever, and you know, it just comes out in other ways. You know, it comes out in nightmares or, you know, periods of time where I'd paint or sculpt or whatever. It's something like you know, it's something that can't be pushed down. It has to. You just have to let it out somehow.
You have to love it, you know? You have to really enjoy yourself, and you can't have a trade, because if you have a trade, you'll bail on the comedy. When it gets tough, you'll just bail. So don't have a trade. That's my advice. Comedy usually comes from, you know, adversity or, you know, something in your, you know, in your upbringing or something that made you desperate enough to get up and want to, you know, command a whole, you know, stadium, you know, full of people's attention, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, the sickest guy in the room is the guy with the mic, the amplification system, I guarantee you, every time.
I get really worried if I'm just going to, you know, walk to the set and do exactly what's on the paper. So it comes from stand-up, it comes from, you know, trying to create sketches on In Living Color and you know, basically putting them out there once and, you know, having them flop and then them going, we're going to do another take. Great. Didn't work the first time. You know, and having to come up with something really quick. And you just get used to that. And now that I'm doing films, there's so much more time that it's, you know, I almost have to stop myself from thinking it too much.
It's not as cutthroat as you might think. To me, anyway, it's just brutally honest. You know, basically, it's like, you know, I kind of always look at things, if I don't get something I want or whatever like that, it's just not meant to be. And you know, I try to never blame anybody because basically it's their money. So, you know, I wouldn't be taking any chances with mine either.